Today is finally the day, guys. My interior lighting has arrived, my Footwell lighting and my console illumination, so I'm gonna be installing that on today. But first, I gotta drive back to my work. I gotta go pick up some tools to make this installation a whole lot easier. My buddy Cooper's coming over with this Type R. We actually bought the same kits, so we're gonna be putting those together. We're gonna be installing them at the same time on our cars. Hopefully we don't run into too many issues, and if we do, y'all will see it in the video so you can learn from it and not make the same mistakes. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for future content. I ordered the Musion hydrolyphic glass with the built-in LEDs and the carbon fiber mirror caps for the car, so I'm excited for all of that to come in. I'm excited to install that all and record videos to put on this channel for you guys, so stay tuned for all of that. Our video is sponsored by White Claw. Alright guys, like I said earlier, we're gonna be doing the console illumination and the Footwell lighting on the Type R's. We have Cooper with this black one. You guys already know which one mine is with the white.
But you know which one looks better?
The white. These are the kits that we're gonna be installing. We got pairs because he's doing it too on his. Hopefully his install goes better than mine, but I highly doubt it.
Not.
Yeah. These are the part numbers right here. This is gonna be 08 E10-T-100A, and then the other part number 08 E16-TEA-110B. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the Footwell and this is the console illumination, but I'll verify that once we get the packages open. So, all right, Cooper, go ahead and get the packages opened up. Please don't break the harnesses.
Oh no. Very carefully.
All right, guys, these are the internals of the box. You have the zip ties, and then you have the template that we're going to be using to drill the holes for on the panel. We have the strips. This is one side. The longer side is going to go on the driver's side. The shorter side is going to go on the passenger. So, and then you have your harness that we're going to be routing into the dash. So that's it for the console illumination.
I don't have nothing.
Okay. For the Footwell, we have the harness, we have the zip ties, what we're going to be using to zip tie it down, and then you have the actual bulbs. Cooper, you mind opening this up? There we go. So this is how the bulb looks like that we're going to be putting into the car. Pretty small. I don't think it's going to be super bright, but it's definitely going to make a difference.
It's not bright. I know from experience.
Shut up, Cooper.
Very not bright.
You're very not bright. So before doing any electrical work on your car, make sure you disconnect the negative cable in your battery. So it's a 10mm. So just grab your ratchet and loosen the bolts on it. I always get a rag and I place it under the terminal, above the terminal, sorry. So that way you don't have any shorts or sparks if it accidentally touches or something. So once you do that, you can go ahead and start working on the inside, disconnecting and removing panel. If you guys don't have one, I'll drop the link in the description. Try to pick one up, but we're gonna be using this to first remove these two pieces off the car. That's one side. Move on to the passenger side. If you don't got these fancy tools, guys, you can just use a screwdriver, but I have the luck of having this because this is what I do for work on a daily basis. So take out these two screws on each side. So drop this clip right here, and we're gonna be removing the shift knob off the car. So we're gonna need a 14mm wrench. So once you get the 14mm wrench, break that bolt loose, you'll be able to remove the shift knob. You'll be able to remove the collar. just like that. Don't lose these two pieces. I'm organizing everything in the back seat, so clearly. After that, you should be able to remove this panel off. So break loose the clips around the shifter right here. Remove these harnesses from the inside. So it should be 3. They're just little clips that you got to push down and pull out. So once you get those 3 removed, you can go ahead and put this in the back seat and you're good here. So this differs a little bit from my first install video of the wireless charger, because we're removing the wireless charger now. So what I did is I got one of these long plastic pry tools and I put it under these clips and it twisted, and there was enough room to pop this wireless charging pad up. So just finish removing these clips right here. Should have some in the back too, just like that, and then disconnect it also, just like that. So that should be out. All right guys, so to remove this side plastic panel piece, there's 3 screws in here. 1, 2, and 1 up here in the corner, 3. So we're gonna take those 3 out to be able to get this plastic panel off. So we're gonna remove these armrests right here in order to get this portion out right here. So there you go. That's one side. Same thing with the passenger side. There you go. So once you got these 2 out, we're gonna go ahead and work with the AC head unit. Get that off, and then this piece right here should be able to come right off. There's 4 clips on each side. If you come right here on the bottom and pull, pry out, you'll be able to unclip it. So disconnect it from the AC head unit. 1 and 2, and it should be out. So now we're gonna be working, get these 2 bolts out. Should be able to slide this right out. Once we got these 2 bolts out, we should be able to remove this part right here. So wiggle it out, and just like that. All right guys, to start, we have the console right here that we removed. In order to take these side pieces out, these clips right here, we're gonna have to push down, and once you push down, you'll be able to pop it out. Just like that. Same thing with this inside one. Push down and pull out. So we have one side out. We're gonna work on the other.
It's boost weather.
It is boost weather. All right guys, so we got both sides out.
40 today.
So we're gonna be working with this template right here, cutting out these pieces. So get yourself a pair of scissors. L is for the left side, R is for the right. So if you look on these panels right here, there's a big L on it. So this panel right here is for the left. So we're gonna cut these out, and we're gonna install them onto the panel, so we know where to drill the holes for the illumination. What are you doing?
I'll watch a video. I'm gonna finish before you finish.
All right guys, so the templates are labeled L1, LA, LB, and LC. After looking at the instructions, LA is gonna fit flush with this groove right here. So if you cut these out well with the scissors and tape it down right there, so that's sitting good. This LB is gonna fit to the rib, which is just like this. It's gonna fit right here inside this sleeve right here. So once you got it sitting right, put some electrical tape, you should be fine. Then LC is gonna line up to the edge of the left lower trim. So as you can see here, it sits flush on this side and here. And that is how you line up all three of these templates for your drilling of the panel. Cooper, you know what you're doing?
You're after this.
Go ahead and cut this right side one. Try to cut as close to the lines as you can. Don't mess up those lines.
Dude, my lines are clean.
You messed up one already.
That was the first. I know from Honda they want like almost 1,000 install.
Are you serious? $1,000 for the install.
For this Illumination, they want 500 each.
With the second piece of the template, you're gonna try to line it up flush with this edge right here. See how kind of the design of it is the same? Right here and right there. So we're gonna line that up just like that and put some tape on it right here. Just make sure all these edges line up.
One of my biggest flexes of my SI was like, hey, look at these lights, they're OEM. Now I'm just like, hey, look at my carbon fiber, it's real.
So on the console, following the instructions further, it's gonna go lined up on the console panel. So that's gonna be the RA piece. So make sure you get it lined up nice and flush. It's gonna go around this curve right here and tape it down so it won't move when you're drilling. So get yourself a pick or get yourself a tack or something, and in the center of all these holes, push down so you have a spot to place your drill bit when you start drilling. Sorry, did not realize you couldn't see it on the camera. I'm over here like super careful with my panels and you're over here slapping them on your leg.
When you pay $10,000 more for a Honda Civic.
The point of poking the hole in the middle is for when you're putting your drill bit, the drill bit doesn't move while you're drilling. So get your drill, it doesn't have to be this one, and it doesn't have to be these drill bits.
I was trying to be careful with your panels, yet we're about to drill holes into them, so like I don't understand the point. Maybe when my dad dies and I get a settlement, I'll buy an LE.
I'm recording you. In the instructions, guys, you can see the sizings you're gonna need, the drill bit sizings you're gonna need. So this middle hole right here on the left panel is going to go up to a 10mm drill bit, and these outer ones are gonna go to a 7mm drill bit. So I'm gonna work my way up to that middle one, and then these lower ones are gonna stop at 7. So I'll keep you updated once I get those drilled out. Got the first holes drilled out. We're gonna get a bigger drill bit, drill through it to make the holes bigger. So that's the left side. Perform the same procedure on the right side. Just like that. All right guys, so on this left panel, I already drilled my holes on it, but I wanted to explain it to you guys so you guys have an idea of what I did. So you're gonna line it up to the shape of it, which is like that according to the photo. So once you do your initial holes at 3mm, so the 3mm bit, which I have a little chart here, and the 3mm is 7/64. So once you do your pre-holes at that size, you're next gonna grab your 7mm bit, which for me is this one right here, and you're gonna drill that through this hole, and this outer hole. So you're gonna drill it to 7mm, those 3 outer ones, and this inner one right here, you're gonna build your way up all the way to 10 millimeters. So start at 3, go to 6, go to 8, and then finally you're gonna end up at 10 millimeters this size. So once you get all those drilled, you're next gonna move to your passenger side right here. So on the actual console portion, we're gonna work from a 3 millimeter drill bit to a 7 millimeter drill bit. So
The door.
all right.
You want that one?
So once we got our 3 millimeter drilled through, we're gonna step up to our 7, which is this one right here, and drill that through right here. That should be all you need to drill to install the console illumination. So this is the left side right here. You see the 4 holes we drilled. The way this is gonna work, the hole we drilled with the 10 millimeter bit, we're gonna feed the harness through like that. And these other 3 holes are gonna line up just like that. So we're gonna put the self tappers in, and then this side should be mounted up. So once you got those three holes lined up, you're gonna put the Phillips heads in there, use your screwdriver tying those down, and this is how the left side should look. Remember that the left side is longer than the right, so don't get those two confused. Same thing with passenger side, guys. Get this routed in. It's gonna be facing this direction right here. Route this harness through the 10 millimeter hole you drilled, and then it has this tab right here, and it should line up with the end. So get that tab in. See right here how it's pushing against the tab, and the holes lined up right here, and these 2 holes are lined up. So put your self tappers in there and thread it down. So the instructions don't mention it clearly, but you're gonna cut this aluminum tape out and you're gonna put it on the panels. So I have mine sitting right there next to the harness. Same thing with the passenger side. So I don't know what the point of it is, honestly.
I'm just putting it on.
But instructions say put it on, so I'm cutting it up and I'm putting it on. So we're gonna be putting it on top of this screw right here, like that, to cover. Take the 3M tape off, clean it, and then put it on.
Where's this wire go?
It just sits on the bottom like that.
It sits on the bottom?
Yeah, so just clamp your pieces back on. I got my right side on. I'm gonna go ahead and clamp my left side on, and then you can go ahead and start reassembling. Cooper's having a little bit of trouble.
Shut up.